Hi, everyone. Val
Hi.
with Dragonfly Crystals Next Level Channeling here with the beautiful Terry Suzuki of Key Guru Spiritual Journeys. Excited to have her here, along with Archangel Metatron and some amazing information. And I know you all are excited. Yay! Another hour with Terry, or however long this takes. But let me go through and say hello to my new member, Karen. Nice to see you. And we have Viviani, Captain Morgan, Willow Lev, Gina, and a light worker, Starfish Jenny. Hi, Care Bear. And Cheryl is here. And there's more. Lori Huntsinger. Sherry, Cat Mama Meow, Rossi, Lisa, Garnet. Hi, Ivana Intuitive. Good to see you. And there's Sherry, Amanda Carroll. Hi. Wood Thrush. Good to see you here. Moira. Hi. Hypnicity. Hi. Liz and I. Good to see you. Transcend M. Nana. Hello. And I'm going to go on now. Thank you all for being here and joining us with this. And you know, this is always a powerful experience. Hi, Jane. Glad you could join us. So, Terry,
Yes.
I know that we met a few weeks ago here. I want to say hi to Katie too, who is here. But we said, all of you in the chat who are here, please report back to us about some of your experiences. And, you know, those of you who have been on with Terry on her Akashic Records series, where she has brought in all of this information and clearing and healing, please, if you can, share some of your experience in the chat here. And now I'm going to let Terry speak and tell us what is going to happen today.
Well, I'm not completely sure about everything, but they do like to keep me guessing. But I have been very excited about this to kind of hear what people might have experienced, especially with our first show with Metatron's kind of healing and blessing and introduction of his new grid. All of this kind of came about slightly, well, of course, not on accident. Nothing's an accident, but I had experienced Metatron, and then Val was experiencing Metatron separately, not knowing what, and then suddenly I was getting ready for a show with her, and I'm like, "Hey, Val, you know what just happened? I just saw Metatron," and Val's more aware than I am. And so she's like, I know what this means. I know what we got to do. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it,
That's true. I did say that, but I'm definitely not more aware than you. We are definitely connected and we're just getting information in. It's funny how.
Well, you were more aware of Metatron.
Pieces, and we end up together with information that makes it all work.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I wanted to kind of delay this show is because I noticed that my own healing from Metatron happened about 2 weeks later when I first met him. So I figured that we needed about 2 weeks, maybe even a little bit more after our show for people to receive something. I'll tell you what I received. And I received it the day we did the show, and it happened before the show, but it kept going. So I'm so thrilled about it. I became an adult. Okay. Yes. Miss 63-year-old human here finally became an adult.
And you know, that's no small feat, folks. Adulting is no small feat.
So when I woke up that day and was getting ready for the show, the whole world felt light. I felt lighter. I felt like I didn't have this
Mhm.
weight around my shoulders. I did the dishes with no internal complaints. I took out, I mean, I always take out the garbage. That's not a hard one. But when I had to make some thumbnails for some shows and I didn't fight it.
I
It was
mean, just that
easy.
alone is there was no resistance. It was an adult thing you had to do and take care of the details of everyday life,
Yeah,
but you
and
didn't have that inner, "And do I have to do this? Why am I having to do this?" And
right, none of that drag. There's some sort of drag. It even felt a little bit like gravity was a little lighter.
yeah.
Somehow it wasn't dragging me down, and it has continued. Everything has been easier to do.
I mean, that is quite an accomplishment considering we all have our things, but we don't realize that's everyday life dragging you a little bit down and you're feeling maybe zapped a little in energy because of the way we frame our task or whatever we're doing. And so in that um, releasing of that resistance to being an adult, we are moving mountains, literally, because we have more energy, we have more zest for life, and not holding things as burdens becomes the bounty of beautiful experiences, and more comes. I just
Mhm.
love all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was, it may seem like a very subtle healing, but it's a I mean, it's a big deal for me. I
it's a big
really
deal.
feel this
It's an
lightness.
everyday event that is sucking you down a little rabbit hole, and you're not doing that anymore. So that is a huge event. It's a huge thing. I have to say, I'm dropping my things all over the floor, but I have to say, I am impressed with that, and I think that is very significant, very significant. And I have to say, for me, um, it wasn't even just one thing, but it was me going down the street, connecting to people on the street like my soul family, feeling them, feeling their soul, feeling connected and feeling what out and experiencing their day and appreciating them. Maybe they were going to work holding a, coffee or whatever it was that I was going down the street driving along. And I was getting these emotional connections, feeling that oneness with every one of them and profound love and internal. I, I don't even know what words to say except that coalescence of spirit,
Mhm.
that we're all one, more profoundly than I normally experience it, because normally when I leave the house, I'm busy and I'm up here and I'm going to do things. But
Mhm.
this was like an awakening to everyone around me in a different and heightened way. So that was pretty,
Yeah.
that's just
It
one of the things that happened. And I like I did a reading today for someone and I was crying because I was connecting so much. I did mediumship and I was connecting so strongly to the people who were coming through sending love that it just overwhelms me. But it's
Mhm.
just beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody got what they needed or what they asked for. And that was something I asked for. And Archangel
Ah.
Metatron delivered.
Well, I didn't even think of asking.
I did specifically, Terry, and I got it. I'm going like, I'm
Wow.
going down the street going, feeling this way and that way. And I'm like going,
Mhm.
holy cow. That
Wow.
it hit me like a ton of bricks that I'm going, yeah, it Archangel Metatron delivered.
Yeah. Um, so the people, I noticed some of the people in our chat audience that they are also sometimes going to my Akashic Healing series. So actually, we'd like you to share your
Yeah.
experiences either way, wherever you got it. And remember, it might not have even happened on the show. It may have happened later. Um, anyway, so we like to hear what happened to you. Um, let's see. I'm just kind of going through
Yeah,
the.
I'm going through myself, and so far I haven't found a
I like Gina M. What became an adult without any
it's
excessive
not as easy as that sounds, because any one of us who like to just have fun, and we have a little avoidance to actual work, drudgery work that we don't want to do. Yeah, it's hard to be an adult. So,
I see Sonia Pinola at 207. Um,
yeah, I'm just getting to that. Yeah, I saw Gina's what become an adult, and uh, Havana saying, "Terry, there's no way you're 63.
oh, well, thank you.
I thought you were 28." Um, let's
You
see.
just can't see the wrinkles that.
So Karen is sharing. Care Bear is. I shared a poem I wrote with my husband, and he actually loved it. So this gave me confidence and a healing moment between us both.
Oh,
He was more open to talking to my woo-woo ideas.
yay.
That is excellent. Excellent. And Katie H says, when I started channeling for myself, Metatron was a frequent visitor. Now I have a broader family, but always go back to channeling my higher self first. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. And and I'm starting to remember long buried trauma from my teen years, working through some of the baggage as a result, partly why my throat chakra was blocked. Yeah.
Wow, hypnicity.
Thank you, Hypnicity, for sharing that. And Ivana says, I find Metatron to have a really good sense of humor, lots of laughs and giggles. Yeah, I have to say, although for some reason he comes through stern with me. I don't know why.
You're stern with me
I,
too.
I get him with completely stern, like a taskmaster. I mean, Archangel Michael, I get a humor. I get humor with a lot of them, but I don't know. Metatron is like some serious stuff happening.
Yeah,
I'm sure he shows up differently for different people, but that's
right.
how I get him.
And this is the this is kind of my. I mean, I knew of Metatron, but this was kind of the first time really interacting with him. So I'm sure there's way more to come.
Yeah, I mean, and as you get to know him, it'll probably loosen up as far as a relationship. But we're still on the. I guess I'm putting him on a pedestal, and he's just not. I'm not like he's my best friend kind of thing, like I do with Yeshua, and we're like sitting across from each other. I don't know why I get him like he's just delivering the information. But Lori says, I love Metatron. I met him a few years ago on Nancy Jean's show. A man, Jonan in Africa, was connection ley lines of all the pyramids. I asked Metatron if I could help open my mind in new ways. Yeah, that is awesome, Lori.
Mm.
And all you have to do is ask. You can get on any team and do any work you want with any of these beings.
I
And yeah,
that
you can jump
makes me
right on. Mhm.
oh, sorry, that makes me wonder something. So I have, you know, noticed that I've done a lot of work with friends and readings, and some of the things that I was doing, it was a it was connecting them to work on a grid, and now I wonder how many. I think maybe she was working on that on Metatron's grid too, because there's been a lot of people working on it. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I have to say, um, Yeah, Russia's saying powerful healing is still happening for sure.
Mhm.
And it's funny, Transcend M says the light spatters on Terry's painting behind you, Terry, look like they're from a prism. They look like orb placements. Yeah, they do. They do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're just lights from my lighting, but
No,
they
but
do
it
look
does look
pretty.
like that. And oh, and Willow loves saying, outside of my leg pain, I have been more productive. So that's what Willow Love is experiencing from that. And Katie says, I always put Metatron as sky father, Sandophon as earth, with the four archangels as directions and watchtowers for a full astral temple setup. Awesome. I love that. Love that. Yeah. So people are saying it feels like the healing is continuing. It's just ongoing. They're feeling more and more. And I forgot where I saw that, but I'm just going to tell you. And
Mm-hmm.
Garnet saying powerful healing. Um, yeah.
I'm gonna go back and read Sonia's real quick, and she got an amazing feeling of that dark cloud over her head leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful. And Amanda Carroll is saying, I got to share my reading with Amel. I was high on it all over again. Just love that friendly energy in the Akash. That's beautiful. And oh, Jenny says, Terry and Val know this. Metatron put me dead out asleep for 15 hours after she watched Terry's, I don't know which one it was, but it doesn't matter. She had to lay down. It was all coming in happening. And it was just a huge, huge
Yeah,
experience for her.
yeah.
Huge,
She she's
beautiful,
a
beautiful.
good friend of mine, and she had relayed that it was from the first Metatron session that it just laid her out for 15 hours.
Yeah, for sure. And Delphi saying the wind of spring makes us feel free. Blue Jays, Cardinals, and Robins showing up. And Katie saying Metatron is stern with me too, but I am bad at picking up on jokes as a Capricorn. Hey, I have Capricorn rising. I can still pick up on jokes. But yeah, it's funny. He does seem to be like that. Yeah, and Cheryl says
Mhm.
he's stern and serious with me too. Um, Care Bear saying Metatron wants me to write, hence the encouragement.
Ooh,
And Russia's saying, while focusing on my crown chakra, I indeed saw a light green blue crystal dropped in. Difficult to find the right words. That's
that's
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because that crystal's probably still working and doing
Oh,
things.
yeah. Yeah. You have something like that installed in your energy field, it stays. It's there doing something for you. So Amanda Carroll saying, I asked him to bend time for me faster or slower, depending, and it seems to work. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Morph time by
Mhm.
asking. I said, I had a mediumship this morning and I needed to go wash my hair. I only had 45 minutes and my hair is like an hour project. And I said, I need to do this fast, angels. Please help me. I got out of the shower with 15 minutes earlier than I normally do. I ended up drying my hair, and I actually had 20 more minutes, and I could get ready doing the rest of it in an extra time. So that's not normal. That was not
Wow.
normal. No. So uh yeah, Cheryl's saying he connected with me about 14 years ago and he's still serious. Other guides are playful. Um, I'm going to ask him why he's so serious. Uh, and Laura's asking, how long has he been identified by the name Metatron?
Yeah, I don't know because I know he used to be Melchizedek, right? Is that
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
in the Bible. So I actually don't know.
I'm not sure about all that. That's like details that my brain gets. I'm not holding on to. So Mars is saying, I did Metatron meditation yesterday, then did the Akashic meditation show right after. During the Akashic meditation, I had a vision that my third eye, a vision in my third eye, never have seen anything there before. Mars.
Wow.
That
Very
means
cool.
you're opening your clairvoyance, your inner vision, and there it is. That's how it starts. When I first started doing this from like 40 something years ago, that's what I would see in meditation is purples and energy forms coming. So energy colors, and it's usually your guides and angels. That's how they show up in that energetic form, and you're getting their energy. Um, Yeah. And let's see.
Cool.
So Rossi says I work on grids when meditating with Terry Renner. Excellent. Yep.
Lovely.
And let's see. Lori's saying we have all been working on the grid. I love finding out there is a new one. He always steps in to help when sending light energies. I love him. And Mars saying, I saw a cat walk through a half open window into my kitchen, onto my kitchen table. It walked slowly and confidently right through me. And while staring into my eyes the entire time, I don't like cats. No meaning, no idea meaning. You know what? You actually had plenty of lifetimes with cats. And this was one of your partners in crime, call it whatever you will, but they were definitely an energy transmitter and receiver for you in another lifetime, reminding you of the beautiful connection you shared. That's why it looked straight at you and walked right through you. It gave you the gift of remembering that you had a profound connection. And I feel like you don't feel like you have that same connection now because you don't like it when they pass on and you're left alone. So you kind of like put a barrier up to cats because it was too profound for you, that loss. They were like a partner.
Yeah, that
All the work you were doing.
Yeah. What I was getting is that this cat, it was a spiritual companion. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't mean that the cat is going to appear as a cat in every life. The spiritual companion could be your best friend next time around, or yeah.
So let's see. Willis saying, amazing how we are all experiencing transmissions differently.
Mhm.
Yeah, Alyssa, thank you for joining my membership. I had 2 new ones who joined today, and I have to thank them on the community page. So look for that, all my members. So, and thank you, Alyssa, for joining. We're so good to have you with us. And let's see. Oh, Ivana says, I morphed this time this weekend. It was crazy. It slowed way down, and I got so much more done. Yes. And it is getting easier to morph. I don't know. I mean, so much easier. What happened this morning when I had to go wash my hair was like it blew my mind. It really did. That was crazy. Thank you for sharing that, Ivana. And Transcend says, does everyone else's time also adjust who are in your orbit? Oh, so as you're speeding up, you're wondering if your ex-spouses, coworkers, kids, you know what? I think it's just that they don't notice. You're in your own little bubble doing your thing, and you're the one. It's not like you're taking a bunch of people in your bubble with you. I think
Right.
like I don't think it went out and included other people. They're doing their own thing. That's my take on it. But
I think that's exactly what I think too,
yeah.
that they're just going to. And hi, Val from Illumination
Hi,
Portal.
Val. Thank you for saying that. My hair isn't, I'm sorry, I couldn't flat iron it and it's all like a giant. I only had time to dry it, but thank you for that, Valerie. You have beautiful hair too, by the way, and I love your name. So, um,
Oh,
yeah, and
Enoch, that's right. Laura Hammond Davis said it wasn't
it's
Metatron.
Enoch. Yes, yes, yes.
That's
Uh,
right. Sorry.
yeah, I have the book, The Keys of Enoch, and yeah, it was definitely he was Enoch. So whatever. I mean, it all mystifies me, and I don't remember all of that stuff because what's important is the information you receive and not all those details about what name was what was what was what. Because what are you going to do with that?
Yeah.
I mean, um, so I thought he was something else starting with an E. Yeah, yeah. Just answered to that, right. Thank you, Gina.
Enoch, you were
So
right.
Laura, thank you for that answer. You are the one who came up with it, and I think that's right. Thanks for the time bending info. Laughing out loud. I'm a mother, 3, 2 toddler, twin girls. Whole time is an issue. Yeah.
Yes.
Which my heart goes out to you, Care Bear. Holy. So Amanda Carroll's saying, isn't he like in charge of a bunch of angels? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I don't think I have my piece of
Work
paper
under
with
him.
me.
Definitely. Yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
hang on just a sec here.
Terry's our angel special. She's an angel specialist.
Well,
And she's
well,
got. So if you have angel questions,
he wasn't Val actually channeled this, and I don't have my piece of paper with me, but he listed out for Val all the things that he did, and I just wish I could remember all of them,
I
but
can't even remember.
he's he is the captain of um the angels. There's another word for it, for
Yeah.
angels to use. And he's also the master of the logos. Now that one, I had to
Yeah,
look up
that just gave
logos.
me the chills.
There knocked me off the couch. Logos is the word, the plan, the divine order. He's the
Oof,
master.
you're giving me the, and that's probably why the whole grid thing, right? Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
And he also, the other thing that is just kind of astounding to me is he told Val that he is he emanates and is the transmission of the Adamic seed. And so then Val had asked, what's the Adamic seed? And because I didn't know either, so I'm glad she asked. It is the plan, it's the atom, the plan that we were supposed
The
to be,
original blueprint. Yeah.
original blueprint without ego. Oh, so he keeps transmitting that. So it's one of the things he's transmitting through his grid. I just want to add one more thing about that is that in my last Akashic healing series, it was on self-forgiveness because, let's be honest, forgiving ourselves is probably harder than forgiving others.
Yeah.
And Metatron came in and added a line to the prayer of protection that I say. And I think it also illuminates a little bit about what he's doing with this grid. So after we say we are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source, he added a line. It says, we connect ourselves to the Metatron's grid of opalescent light that connects us more firmly to our higher selves. Wow.
And as you say it, so shall it be. It is done.
It is done.
So thank you for sharing that, Terry. That is so powerful. And Ivana is saying her husband, my husband and I had one of our cats visit us from the other side when we were eating dinner. I saw its paw swipe at my salad that went flying across the table, and I just knew he was there. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Cat Mama Meow saying cats are good people. Yeah. So Viviani's asking Ivana how you morph time. I just asked. When I was up there and I had to get this, I had 45 minutes, no makeup on. I had to brush my teeth. I had to clean my hair. I had to do everything. And I said, angels, I have the mediumship at noon. Please get me down there with time to spare. And I didn't rush. I did my normal thing. And I was blown away.
Yeah.
They saved me like at least 15 minutes.
Right. My mom, who was not really on this spiritual track and was mostly Catholic, but for some odd reason taught me as a child how to morph time.
Oh,
and I've always you just ask. I just
yeah,
ask
and
to give me 5 more minutes or do something. And like one time I was rushing to work, and it was cold, and there was ice on the ground.
yeah.
And I'm like, I need to get to work fast, but safely. And just as I said that, I noticed my car started to slide on the highway, and I was going on an exit, and it was turning, and I felt the slide start, and suddenly time jumped, and I was
Yes. You were
suddenly
already down further.
Yeah, I was about a mile away at the stoplight where there's no
That's
chance.
when your guardian angels step in to save you from an accident that might have been a bad injury, and they put you.
Right, but they saved that when they did that little chew, the time changed too.
Yes, I'm sure. And agreeing with everything we just said is Ivana saying, I just asked the universe to slow it down. And this is what we don't know. And I believed it would. I did. And I give gratitude for a few hours later when it was done, which is exactly what I did and what Terry does. And you don't realize how powerful you are when you make a request like that. It is so. It will be done. Yeah, but again, you've got to believe. I just said to my angels, I've got a blah, 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 da, da, da. Help me get there with time to spare. And it happened. And I said, thank you, angels, after. So thank you for sharing that, Ivana. And Hypnicity says we're each on our own path. We meet at different points on our timelines, and more than once in some cases. Very, very true. Very true. Yeah. And Laura Hammond Davis says, it's just that the name Metatron sounds post-computer age. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it has
sounds
that.
Like a superhero.
It has that sound like it's electricity, like it's conduit, like it's grid work. It even sounds like what it is. Yeah. So Katie says, violins find me. I now have 3.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And Liz and I is saying, experiencing a complete shift conversation with Navalny has empowered me to be more proactive. This last week, had a visitor come, turns out to be a neuropathic doctor I will be working with. Wow. Synchronicities and how spirit brings everybody forward in your path when you need them. Yeah. And Care Bear is saying, Val, I have red hair too. Only difference is mine is curly. I wish mine looked straight like yours, but it's too much work for me. Hey, mine has waves in it. I've got to like use my to start. I haven't done that this morning, so it's a little. You can see the waviness of it. So, curly hair is cute too, Care Bear.
It is.
And of course, red hair is special.
I have stick straight hair. Then stick straight. No, so once in a great while, I wish for curls too. But
yeah. We all wish for what we don't have. I have to make curls, and Care Bear already has them. So there you go.
Jenny just reminded me of the word that Metatron told me is he's the kind of leader, head of the Elohim.
Elohim.
Those are the angels.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, I think we all get to understand what we get to understand and believe what we get to believe. But in my perspective, angelics are in a different vibrational format than us. And in our incarnational cycle, we aren't angels from the angelic realm, so to speak. Not that angels can't come down here and be in human bodies. I'm not saying that. That's absolutely sounds like something that can happen. But rather our frequencies don't match on the same. It's like divine source created the angelic realm to assist us while we're down here doing whatever we're doing and whatever else we do like that. I'm not saying that at some point you can't be something else, and you probably can. I don't think there's any limits to anything you want to do or think or say. You can bring it all forward. So, and then Liz is saying, my life just shifted into a new area as a result of this meeting. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And that's why being open to whatever is coming before you on your divine path, pay attention to it, because that could be the door opening to new opportunities and new things coming forward for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Linda's saying, I received a download and had a wonderful dream, feeling a little lighter today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's really wonderful.
And then Katie's saying, my guides are urging me to pack to move. No idea where or how, though. Well, that's interesting. Usually, Terry, what do you think?
I think that could, I kind of think that could be. I've heard of so many of my spiritual friends that I sometimes read with, just suddenly, like within the last month, have suddenly said, oh, I'm going to move here or there. And it's like, everybody's moving. What's happening? So,
yeah, I guess they're putting the impetus in front of us to take the leap.
Yeah,
I don't know. But I'm going to say hi to Joyful Journey. What were you saying, Terry, about guides?
I didn't have anything more to say.
Oh, okay. So Jenny again is saying head of the Elohim.
Right.
And thank you, Jenny. And hypnicity, feeling lighter. Willow said, I just felt healing energy coming through my crown. Oh. And Rossi's saying the Atman. Yeah, the Atman is that at one mint with that Christ consciousness, that enlightened, I don't know what you call it. It's not just the oversoul, but it is that connection to divine source that we can pull down into our body and become here while we're on earth. So that is the final, as you're accepting in those Christ consciousness energies, and they can be whatever word you want to use, the Christos, the whatever you want to say, energies. It means that you are anointing yourself with those higher remembrances, energies, and frequencies. It's not that you aren't that. You're just embracing that part of yourself. That is what that is, a re-remembering and embracing. You are already all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah. So, and then Mars is saying, in response to Mars reading, Val, wow, just like you said, I always check the longevity of appearance of anyone I date. I didn't want to be with anyone that would die before me. Now I am single and content. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's always good to feel very comfortable in your own skin and enjoy your own company, because that's the sweet spot. And you will from there be exuding your beautiful light out. And those who come in front of you are meant from a soul level to be with you. So that is a beautiful space to be. So thanks for sharing that. And Akila is saying, I asked them to morph time for my sister's flight. She was running super late. They morphed it, but with each flight, laughing out loud. I now know to phrase my question better.
We live and learn.
It's like the whole.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Akila, good point about that. It's true. They might take you literally on that. It's every leg of the flight. Yeah, Care Bear says they're taking notes. And then Hypnicity did point out, on the other hand, sometimes being late's a blessing. Very true. You miss an accident, or you're meant to not, be at a certain place, and you're late. Mm-hmm.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. It works both ways.
It does. So Katie is saying, it seems most people ask, but don't trust the reply or don't bother to listen. I guess that's what it means to awaken, is to listen and trust. I think you're right, Katie. When we're ready to hear, when we are ready to listen and actually hear what's being said, and then all of a sudden we're going to get a lot of things poured on us, in front of us, and a lot of downloads. And Willow's saying, in the book of Enoch, I circled, but for the elect, there shall be light and joy and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. And I put it next to it, fifth dimension.
Cool.
Yeah.
I noticed right two under her, Laura has an interesting take on. She knows a little bit about how Enoch became Metatron.
Yeah, she's saying apparently Enoch became Metatron in the Jewish apocrypha. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Kabbalah, when Enoch was transformed into an angel. Oh, good to know.
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And yeah, so yeah. Okay. So I've been called angelic rather than Syrian or some other ET origin. What did they mean?
I don't completely know. I do know that I have met people that are angel hybrids. I mean, they're still people. They still have to operate on the same physics as this world. And then I was at a MeWe fair this weekend, and somebody sat down to get a reading from me, and she said, I've been read by other psychic mediums, and they said that I was an angel, and that I am just here just this one lifetime to experience human relationships so that I can better understand them. And I'll go back to that. And you know what? It really struck a chord with me. It really sounded right. And so I went on and did a fuller reading of her, and that's where we started instead of where we stopped.
Yeah, now I got the full chills on that one. That was really true and beautiful information you got from that experience. Just showing us that, all things, whatever we want to come in and do, whether you're from the angelic realm or whatever, galactic beings coming down, whatever you want to be and do, it's certainly there for the partaking.
Yeah.
And Hypnicity is asking, did anyone watch? I always watch Touch by an Angel.
I love that show.
Yeah, it was a heart. They always twisted your heart strings a little. Yeah. In a way, I'm not a fan of being manipulated by those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did always watch it. Yeah.
I enjoyed very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Valerie's saying it does feel like it's time to move on to our new paths. Yes. And I think the channeling I'm getting from Yeshua and other councils of light are saying the same exact thing. It's time to put your shoes on and go outside. Spring is coming, and it's time to get the activity and accomplishments going. Because we actually are going to have to be ramped up a little bit for all of this coming and get us out of our winter slumber. And yeah.
Well, I've told you personally many times that when I'm reading the Akashic records and like talking to my Akashic records masters, they are just adamant. They want this information out to people because they say it was always your birthright. And now is the time. Now's the time for everyone to, that can hear it and take it in and understand it. And so I just try to help everybody understand this is your birthright. This is not evil. This is, religion has given this all kind of a bad rap, but they're just saying this was for you, and you were always supposed to have access.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Absolutely. Yeah. And Care Bear saying, I believe in Earth angels. And Sonia saying, so are they Earth angels? Yes. And okay, and Hypnicity's asking, Terry, do you know Ann Tucker?
I do not.
Okay. And Warrior Girls saying, I asked Metatron and Sandalphon if they were twins during an Akashic record consultant with Robert, and Metatron laughed. They aren't. It's just that they were both humans before they ascended to the Archangel realm.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wow. And let's see. The new Earth is here. Let's see. Okay. We have now concluded the chat version of our show. Terry, give us that good Metatron juice.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what Metatron's got.
Okay.
Okay. So just before I came on the show, I was, of course, meditating, getting ready, and was asking Metatron to, give me something, do what's up, kind of. And in this case, I always see him like he's kind of a golden brass color. He's very metallic looking to me always. That's why I think to me he looks a little serious and
Yeah.
superhero-ish. And he took my spirit and he kind of laid it down between his hands and he put his hand on top of me. So I'm going to kind of go back to that area and see what he has to say. So, dear Metatron, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for giving us access to the light codes and the new grid with your opalescent or rainbow light energy. Thank you so much for the healings and the restoration to our higher selves. What would you like? Is there a message that you would like to give everybody? And he says, thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for participating. Thank you for believing. Thank you for allowing me to come into your life, allowing all of the divine energy of the divine creator to come into your life. And he wants me to repeat something that was said at the end of the healing of the self forgiveness healing that happened. He said, remember, the divine creator's forgiveness is infinite and forever. And so should yours be for yourself, for others. Don't limit your thought patterns. Don't come down hard on yourself when you cannot quite make all the decisions you feel are right, when you can't extend grace the way that you really know that you want to, but you just can't. He said, rely on the divine's grace. Okay,
That was
what
beautiful. I love that. I felt his energy coming in so much. I felt like my throat chakra was like someone wants to talk through me. Not Metatron, like Archangel
did you,
Michael. It's like
did you,
Archangel Michael or someone wants to
yeah,
come through.
do you want to,
Good.
give a
Uh,
message?
let's see, Archangel Michael, do you have a message for everyone? Well, he's saying, please know, beloveds, that as you connect to this grid of light that my brother, Archangel Metatron, has brought forward for all of you, this opalescent light of higher consciousness and frequency, know that your lives will shift and change dramatically in a very beautiful way. That love and inclusivity, that open hearted connection with everyone all across the planet and, in fact, in the multiverse. Know that this is coming unto you, beloveds. Please realize that you are all one and that the divine source that resides within you is the same divine source that resides within every being in this multiverse and many other multiverse locations. So know that there is much more expanded information to come and that you are just scratching the surface of it at this time. But know that this is the direction, the step toward embracing your complete remembering of who you are. And in fact, that is why you are here. It's a fun game, isn't it? You come down forgetting who you are, and you set up stories for yourself, and you create plays that you act in, and you learn new things each time. But in fact, it's always in service of you coming back to center into your heart and realizing and aligning with the divine source within to know that you are connected to everything and your value and worth is intrinsic. It is who you are, divine source, all that is. We are all one. We are all together. And we this day wish you divine peace, love and bliss, and coalescence. And we will talk with you again soon. Thank you for listening. End of transmission.
Thank you, Michael.
That's what they say.
That gives me chills all up and down my body.
That's funny because they've been trying to get me to live channel more and more and more. So more and more I feel them coming in, and when they have a message, I just don't hear it. It comes here. It's pretty interesting. And that will happen to all of you too. Yes, if it's not already happening.
Right.
It's
It's
just
amazing.
an evolution of who we are. Yeah, it's just remembering. Yeah, hydrate. Rush is right. Hydrate.
Yeah. In fact, on the Akashic Healing series, Jean is my Sun Psychic. Jean's my good wing woman always, and she's developed little banners, and one of the banners is make sure to hydrate, drink your water.
Absolutely. And with these higher frequency energies coming in, such as today, you definitely from this show need to go make sure you drink a lot of water. Because it's going to take a lot of water, and it's the electrical conduit. It allows that frequency to flow through your body with that with the water.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. And with that, we're at the top of the show, and it went by really fast.
It did, and I'm so thankful that everyone put in their experiences so we could all learn from them and see what happened and get to marvel at how differently we all received it.
Yeah, it's really true. It's fun to share all these experiences. And thank you all for tuning in for this. And don't forget to continue watching. Well, Terry, is there any more to your series? It's coming. More is coming. I have to go back and watch the last two and suck up those juices because I missed them. I've been so busy. But
you are busy. So they're going to happen Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, but not next week because I made an appointment for a mammogram like 6 months ago. And they suddenly you get it at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. So it's going to be probably Wednesday at I think 1, but it'll always go back to Tuesday at 3. And they suggest what the topic's going to be, and what I try to do now is try to get the topic by about Sunday, and then put out on my community page what the topic's going to be, because I don't know till they tell me. So
that is awesome. And we look forward to that tremendously, because this is a gift you are receiving from Archangel Metatron through Terry. Who would miss such a thing? And it's free. I mean,
it's free.
You cannot ask for something better.
Yeah,
So,
and this time, the self-healing one, if anyone has time and you're really hard on yourself often, go watch that one because they did it up, well.
I
They
am going
used
to watch that one. You're
yeah,
never too old for some
yeah,
self-love.
yeah, they did an amazing thing where they went through, pulled the the bad things that happened when your ancestors and you in other lives were not did not forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And usually I see them anchor it before this life. And in this time, they did something very different. They anchored it at after this life, after your, what is it called when you're here? When you go back. So they anchored it afterwards of this incarnation. That's it. They
Yeah.
anchored it right
Incarnate.
after. And then they went back and cleared it. But then they took the good stuff and anchored it at the end of the future, and then went back and did something. And I'm not going to tell you what they did. You got to go watch that.
Oh, I can't wait to see. I am going to find myself some time and lay down and let the energies happen.
Yeah, but it was interesting, and I find it really interesting, because I have to allow. I these
Yes.
these aren't planned. I mean, they
No.
give me a little hint before I
Yeah.
go on, like what they're going to do, and
Yeah.
then oh, someone wants a link to the channel. It's just Kiguru Spiritual Journeys.
Yeah. And if you look below, and let me just validate. Yes. Oh, did I not go in there and do that? I am notorious. Oh, because I just did this last night or like the day before. Normally, I have Terry's information in there below, which I will put in there, but
Yeah, but
I,
but
I
you
have
can.
not populated it yet with that, and I apologize for
Oh,
that.
there's
Yeah,
Viviani.
there. Thank
Viviani
you,
is
Viviani.
always.
You're awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thank
And
you.
Val, thank you for coming back and following up with this. I was so excited to hear maybe what happened to people.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun to hear and touch base with all of you. And I'm sure energetically talking about this and bringing in more beautiful energy and connectivity is,
Mhm.
um, it really, I feel the energies right now. pouring
Mhm.
in.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
we're really in that space of allowing, and that is just beautiful. So thank you, Terry, for sharing this with us. And thank you, Archangel Metatron, for coming through, and Archangel Michael. And so don't forget to watch Terry on Kiguru Spiritual Journeys when she does this. It'll be Wednesday this next time, but then after that, it's normally Tuesday at 1 Pacific
At
time,
the
2,
3 Pacific.
3 Pacific time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you for joining us. We love you all. You guys rock.